Welcome to my December 2020 horoscope series. This month is going to be absolutely historical in nature. We are experiencing an astrological event which only occurs every 20 years, and that is the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. Now, what's special about this particular great conjunction is that we haven't had one in the sign of Aquarius in over 600 years. Guys, please watch my horoscope videos for your ascendant, sun, and moon sign, because this is really going to set the tone for the next 2 decades. Everyone will be affected, but the signs who will see the most monumental and cataclysmic changes are Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. Without further ado, let's dive straight in. Hi Libra, Sun, Moon and Risings. Welcome to your December 2020 horoscope. The month starts off with Mercury entering the sign of Sagittarius in your 3rd house. With Mercury here, there will be a lot of communication back and forth with anyone that you work in a team with, whether that is at school, on any kind of project, or simply in the workplace, and also with your siblings as well, in particular younger siblings if you have any. Now, you could have to do a lot of paperwork and preparing documents for some kind of project or anything that is in relation to the business that you work for or the business that you own. And there can also be a lot of online activity during the next 3 weeks as well. On the 14th or 15th of December, depending where you live in the world, there will be a new moon total solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius at 23 degrees, and that will be in your 3rd house together with Mercury and the South Node, which are actually conjunct at 19 degrees, and they will be making a square to Neptune in your 8th house at 8 degrees. So new moons bring about new beginnings in some way, shape or form, and when it's a new moon total solar eclipse, this is actually a really powerful new beginning. It's not just any new moon. We have eclipses at least 4 times a year, and sometimes they're total solar eclipses and other times they're not. When they are a lot more impactful than your regular eclipses. Now, this new fated event can take the form of one or more of the following. You could be starting a new project at work, which will be huge for your career. You could have an all new team at your workplace. Some of you will be learning a new talent or skill, which will be instrumental to your career, your livelihood, and your life as a whole going forward. And others of you will learn a new language, start a new course, and some of you actually see a new sibling enter your world. On another level, some of you may be getting a new device, a new vehicle. Obviously, these aren't too much of a big deal, Libra, but I would say that for the Libra, Sun, Moon and Risings who have Libra at 23 degrees and 3 degrees either side, so anywhere between 20 degrees and 26 degrees, this new moon solar eclipse will bring about a huge change in your life. If your degrees are earlier, so say 0 to about 20 or early 20s, then it's not going to be as much of a big deal for you. Now, on the 15th of December, Venus will enter the sign of Sagittarius, and this will be in your 3rd house once again. Wherever Venus goes, we can enjoy whatever it is that house rules. So with Venus here, all business deals will go well. Communications with people in business or even your friends and your siblings will go well. And you'll definitely be enjoying talking to more people during this time. You might find yourself being even more verbose than usual. Now, on the 17th of December, Saturn will enter the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn hasn't been in Aquarius for about 29 years. 2 days later, on the 19th of December, Jupiter will also enter Aquarius, and Jupiter hasn't been in that sign for 12 years. Now, on the 21st of December, we have what is called the Great Conjunction. This Great Conjunction only occurs once every 20 years, and the last time the Great Conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter occurred in the sign of Aquarius was over 600 years ago. So whenever we see this conjunction, it essentially heralds a new 20-year cycle in our lives and also in society as a whole. Now, on a personal level, with this conjunction occurring in your 5th house, you will see a new cycle commence in relation to one or more of the following areas. You will start a new creative project, potentially, and that will be something that is artistic in nature or musical, anything that is creative in nature, and it's something that you create. It doesn't really have anything to do with working in a team. This is your own pure creation. Now, for others of you, you may actually become parents in the next, not just 20 years, but we're shortening that right down to that window of time being, let's say, 2.5 years. Now, Jupiter will remain in Aquarius in your 5th house for 1 year, and Saturn will be in Aquarius until March 2023. And Jupiter transiting the 5th house can absolutely indicate falling pregnant or becoming parents. So, you know, if not between mid-December through till early 2023, it could even be from 12 months from now for some of you becoming parents. And for others of you, you could pick up a new hobby or passion, or even come back to a hobby or passion which you had as a child. Now, on a larger scale, not that having children is not something that's on a larger scale, but, you know, in terms of career, for some of you, if you are in the entertainment industry, if you are a professional athlete, if you are a politician, a musician, or an artist in any way, shape, or form, the next 20 years will see you dedicating your life to this career as it is your life's calling. This is your soul's passion in life, Libra. And for some of you, you will see the fruits of your labor start to take place within 1 to 2.5 years. Certainly by the time Saturn leaves Aquarius, which once again is in March 2023, that is when you can really see all your hard work start to take shape, and you can start receiving acknowledgements and rewards and, you know, accolades for any kind of performance that you deliver. And, you know, once again, if you are an athlete, you can certainly turn pro during this time, because wherever Saturn and Jupiter go, we, as in this conjunction, okay, the Great Conjunction, we see our dreams and our desires being manifested, because Saturn helps to ground these wishes and these dreams into the physical realm, and Jupiter allows you to dream big and to really expand on whatever dream it is that you've always held, or even if it's something which, you know, has sort of started to take place quite recently. It doesn't have to be something that you've always wanted to do, but definitely over the next 2 and a bit years, you will be doing more hard work than you've ever done before. Now, on the 20th of December, Mercury will be entering the sign of Capricorn, and the next day on the 21st of December, the Sun will enter Capricorn, which means that Capricorn season will start, and that goes for about 4 weeks. Now, having Mercury and the Sun enter the same sign within a day of each other means that we're going to see a lot of activity in this 4th house. And the fourth house rules your home, your immediate family, your emotional security, property, real estate, and your roots and your culture. So having these two planets here means that you will be thinking a lot about and communicating a lot about all of those aforementioned areas. So you might be considering a change of residence, whether that's moving simply to a different suburb, interstate or abroad. You'll be thinking big and making plans during this time, or at least having intense communications with whoever it is that you live with, or even if it's by yourself, you'll be doing a lot of research on how you can make this move. Now, for others of you, it'll simply be a busy period of renovations in your house. It doesn't have to be drastic renovations. It could simply be, painting the rooms, or beautifying one of your rooms and buying new things for your house for interior design purposes. For others of you, you could be thinking a lot about starting a family, becoming parents. And some Libras will actually be taking care of their elderly grandparents or even parents. And on a completely different level, some Libras will be investigating their roots, their culture, where you came from, what is your family history, what are your family traditions. And you could even be expecting to receive some kind of inheritance from family, or more likely property or some kind of real estate. Obviously not all of you Libras, it really depends on your personal birth chart. And lastly, with this 4-ish week transit, some of you will be digging really deep into your emotional security, your emotional life, and thinking a lot about your childhood and how you grew up. A lot of Libra risings actually had very difficult childhoods. And the reason for that is that Saturn is the ruler of your 4th house. And, this conjunction, which I mentioned earlier, even though it's in Aquarius, Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn. So this will actually have an impact on your 4th house. And certainly if you're in the category of Libra who is wanting to become a parent, you might be thinking a lot about your childhood and, any kind of emotional disturbances that occurred at a really young age. Now on the 29th or the 30th of December, depending where you live in the world, there will be a full moon in Cancer, and this is occurring in your 10th house. Now it's actually opposite Mercury in Capricorn in your 4th house, and Mercury and the Sun in Capricorn will be making a trine to Uranus in the 8th house. Full moons in general bring about the ending of a chapter, the completion of a cycle, and in some cases, harvest and celebration. And the fact that it's occurring in your 10th house means that some sort of achievement at work, any kind of hard work that you've been putting into your career, can be acknowledged at this time. You might even find yourself being in the limelight at work, whether that is some kind of recognition from your boss or upper level management. Whatever it is that you've been doing, it's very visible in your 10th house at the moment, because the 10th house is the highest part of your chart and it is the most visible. Now, the fact that it's making this opposition to Mercury means that for some of you, it can mean that there's been pressure on your home life. And that could be because you've been focusing so much on work that you've either had to rely on your partner or your immediate family for support or to pick up the slack. Or it could just be that, you are coordinating a move of residence or acquiring a property or even selling a property, and this is occurring at the same time as your work being really, really busy, and then it's a bit of a juggling act in that respect. Now, for others of you, this could see you benefiting financially from your clients, from services that you offer, or even from your life partner's financial situation. Also, your partner could be dealing with something in their immediate family, okay? Because the 10th house is the 4th house from the 7th house. I've just lost a whole bunch of you, but just bear with me. Your partner could be going through something intense with their parents, their immediate home life, or it could even be that your partner's family is selling their family home. Lastly, Libras, this could actually be an achievement in your mother's or your father's work in their career. All right, Libra, that's all I have for you for the month of December. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from me, please subscribe to K-Astrology. Enjoy the rest of your year, and I will see you in 2021.